Hi guys, Kim here. Welcome to Backyard Blooms. I feel so blessed today. I have this gorgeous flower, this daylily that I get to plant today, and I'm going to tell you about this wonderful daylily. I went to Pikes the other day, had no intention to buy plants, but I saw this and I fell in love. I'm over here on my Westside Garden, and you guys saw me just recently kind of do the maintenance and self-care on this garden. So I like to go ahead and do a garden tour, and I like to show you what's a little bit messy during that time and what I need to do. So in the front yard landscaping, we gave everything plant food, and I had a couple of topiaries that I needed to prune up and give some shape. Did that. So over here on the Westside Garden, we gave everything food as well. We pruned up all the roses, deadheaded. We pruned everything up because it was out of control. We pruned some shrubs, the sweet spire, we pruned that. And then I just showed off all my gorgeous blooms. And that gorgeous yellow flower, I got a plant tag for that. And that one was called Primal Scream. You might want to scream at my writing because it's not great. And that was from the Rainbow Rhythm series. And that daylily was zones 3 to 9. So I'm going to tell you about this one as well. So I got a plant tag for that. And then I got another plant tag for this gorgeous beauty so I can remember her name or his name. And this is the paint pen that I said I like. The garden pen to write on plant tags like this. So it just kind of stays on. I know the Sharpie doesn't really stay on really well. So anyways, I'm going to tell you why I'm so grateful today. I am grateful that I have my health. You guys know that I do ultrasound, and I'm really not telling, or I'm not giving any names or places that I was at or anything like that. So I'm not not abiding by HIPAA. So anyways, but it just makes me feel grateful. Like you guys, I had to say a prayer for this gentleman that was laying on the bed while I was scanning him. Like my heart just kind of sank. He's been not feeling good for 9 months. He has lost 30-40 pounds. He just doesn't have the desire to eat anymore. And you guys, he had pancreatic cancer and mets to his liver. So you guys, be so grateful for your health, because no matter what you're going through, someone else is going to go through something much worse. So just remember that when you're going through hard times and things are hard on you, because a lot of things will pass, right? And like I said, today I am grateful for my health, and that I hope you are too. So anyways, we are going to enjoy this gorgeous flower, and let me tell you about it, okay? Well, maybe I'll tell you about it. I need to get this little clip off. There we go. But look at the gorgeous bloom. It's like neon yellow, and that's the reason why I liked it, because I've got all these blues over here. I got the puncture blue, and then I have a lot of salvia that is called blue. No, what's the salvia? Cannot think. Well, anyways, I got lots of blue salvia. I'll throw it up on the screen when I think about it, because I do have tags in my garden here somewhere. I have my health, but I don't have my mind. So this one is called a TrophyTaker Daylily, and the name of it is 4s Are Wild. Why is it named 4? 4 R's Wild. So let me tell you. What makes a trophy taker? With thousands of daylily hybrids, sorting out the best performers would be an overwhelming, expensive task. TrophyTaker does that work for you. By a means of thorough testing, programmed TrophyTaker identifies the top varieties compared to the average TrophyTaker, assures at least double the bloom, superior foliage, and hardiness to at least -15. So it doesn't give, no, it does give me a zone. Hardiness zones 4 to 8. About 4s Are Wild. Get a little crazy in your garden with this totally unique selection of a daylily that has 4 sets of petals instead of the standard 3. Did you catch that? Can you tell that it's got 4? Standard 4. 4s are wild. We'll have to take a look at a different daylily that does not have 4s are wild to see if there is 4 instead of 3. Did not know that, never even paid attention to it, but look at this. It's beautiful, just beautiful. All right, what else does it have to say? So, it gives you a fuller look and fantastic presence to the landscape. Dormant, diploid. I know what dormant means, but what does diploid mean? I'll look that up. So that might be a question for ChatGPT. I've been using that a lot lately if you have not noticed. So the flower size is 6 inches wide. The scape height is 32 inches tall, which will be really pretty over here in this side. Hardiness zone 4 to 8, I've already told you that. And bloom season is early season. And then planting instructions: choose a place with average moist soil and lots of sun. Dig a hole the same depth as the root ball and add compost to backfill. Now, I do have my biotone in here, but I already have compost, a 2-inch layer of compost underneath my mulch. So if you don't see me put down compost, it's already there. Water heavily today and tomorrow, then weekly thereafter. So I'll water it today. I have drip on here. Fertilize in March and June to maximize flowering. So I always fertilize in March with my espoma, either plant tone, probably plant tone, and then it says it to do it in June, which is good to know because I can add a little bit more plant food to the ones that I already have to maximize my flowering power, right? That's what I want to do. And if you noticed on my last video, someone said to me on one of my comments that there is a difference between fertilizer and plant food. And I'm like, I don't know, so that made me think, is there? I do know the water soluble plant food for my petunias and stuff like that is more plant food versus fertilizer. But I always thought that my espoma products was fertilizer and not plant food. But a lot of people, so there is differences, but a lot of people use them interchangeably, and fertilizer can always be plant food. So there you go. Fertilizer can always be plant food. So now I know. Now I don't have to question myself. But this says what the expert says. Dr. Daryl Apps, world-respected daylily authority, says these give better than double the long-term performance and garden quality. TrophyTaker is what makes one daylily better than the other. He also has these great tips for long-term TrophyTaker performance. Deadheading, removing the spent blooms, which you've seen me do in my last video on this Westside Garden. And I do have some more dead blooms that I could get off because they are daylilies, which means that one bloom lasts 1 day. Can be done to improve the look of your daylily, which is very true, though it's not necessary because it will eventually fall off. The same applies for spent flower scapes. During this winter, this plant will die back to the ground, at which point you can remove the dead foliage using anything from your bare hands to a lawnmower. There we go. So have you seen these in your garden? I got this at Pikes, is where I got this at. And there were several TrophyTaker daylilies. I just loved this variety, and I loved the vibrant neon yellow. I thought it was gorgeous. All right, guys, and while I'm at it, I bought this for a different project, and they're not going to need it. So now I have it, and I'm tired of watering it because it is starting to be 85 to 90 here mid-June in Charlotte, North Carolina, zone 8. So I'm tired of watering things and keep them you almost have to, you miss 1 day, it looks sad, really, really sad. So I'm going to get it in the ground where I have drip. But this one is a Proven Winners Graceful Grasses Vertigo. Isn't that pretty? I love the foliage of this red. Everybody needs a little bit of red in their garden. So here you go. Graceful Grasses Vertigo. There's the tag. And this one's going to get 48 to 96 inches, you guys. Taller than me. So I think I'm going to put it behind my hardy hibiscus. And it's going to look short now, but by the time it grows, behind that hardy hibiscus, I think it's going to make it like pop. So I'm really excited. So we'll see. It may work and it may not work, but I think it's going to be pretty. So let me tell you about this one. This has an upright habit. It just has foliage, so it's known for its foliage. It's 96 inches tall. It's zones annual except in zones 8 through 11. So you guys, I'm not going to dig this out of the ground. I'm going to keep it in the ground and I'm going to cut it back and I'm going to see if this is a perennial for me, even though it's technically an annual, but it tells me on the back of the plant tag that it is an annual in zones 8. So pretty excited about that. That's a win-win. And then fertilize for best results, water normal, and then full sun. It says deadheading, not necessary. It's a grass. Foliage interest, and you could put it in containers and landscapes. But boy, if you put this in a container, you don't really need much with it. And this is going to give you like a big wow factor. And I like grasses in the garden because it gives you movement. I like the movement in the gardens. Do you like movement? Like, let me know, comment. How many guys like grasses, ornamental grasses in your garden? And do you like the movement that it brings into your gardens? Make sure you comment. Okay, let's talk about this plant right here. I do want to put it up next to another daylily. Let's see. So this is my Primal Scream daylily, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's got 5 on it. I don't know, now I'm confused. Maybe this is another trophy maker one too. Do you see these next to each other? But it does look fuller. I mean, the bloom is a little bit smaller than this one. This bloom definitely is much bigger. I think the bloom I had yesterday was really big. There you go. Still gonna look really good up against these Punkster Blue right here. See? Still gonna be it's gonna be pretty and it's gonna add to it. Now, I do wanna add more of this Primal Scream. I've got a good selection of Primal Scream right here, but I wanna add more to the side right here. So now I placed this little guy over there, and I didn't really like it. I already got all these daylilies there. So I brought it over this way, and I can use some height over here. I know I have a lot in here, you guys, so don't freak out on me, but you gotta realize the main reason that I did this garden was because it was eroding. So the more plants that I put in here, the more roots that we'll have in it and the less that it will erode. So Punkster Blue butterfly bush, and then I'm gonna put it right there. That's where I'm gonna place it. Right next to these gorgeous, what are these? Snapdragons. These I did from seed, you guys. Look at my babies. Don't you love it when your babies grow up? Look, I got a little bit of peach on there and yellow. Isn't it pretty? So I did these for my cut flowers. So I do need to like maybe go and make a bouquet at some point or another. Need to pick some. All right, so I'm up on a hill, so let me see if I can get up here. Whew. All right, so this is about, I think, where I'm going to put this beauty. I might even bring it over just a little bit more, or maybe right in here. Let's see. Somewhere right in there. And then these are the hardy hibiscus, and these are the lilac ones, and I see Japanese beetles all over these too, but I think back in the back there, I'm hoping that it'll get enough sun to grow. And that's about where I was wanting to put that graceful grass at. It was kind of like where it will like pop up in between. So we'll see. It may work, it may not work, but you know, it was for an extra project, so I have nothing to lose. Look. All right, you guys, tell me what you're doing. I even hate to bring it up. A lot of people don't even want to bring it up. But let's be honest here. Are you guys spraying for these, or are you just doing the soapy water? What are you doing? Because I've put down all the stuff, Deicide, I've done the milky spores, but one thing I've been like really good at was treating the grass. and not putting it into my flower beds. So I think I'm gonna order some milky spores and put it in my flower beds, but I think it might be too late right now. But you know, these little guys, they bury themselves into the ground and then they lay eggs and then they turn into grubs about maybe 6-7 weeks ago, something like that. Some people might just be starting to get them. I feel like I'm ahead of you guys in somewhat, and then I'm behind in like probably Florida, California, places like that. All right. I'll throw the name up too of this daylily. I think it's called One in a Melon from Proven Winners. I'm pretty sure it's called One in a Melon. But I planted 3 last year, or maybe I did 4. 1, 2, and then I did 3, 4 down there. They're very pretty too. I do like that structure. All right, so I'm going to show you how to plant. I do have North Carolina hard clay. I've got my power planter. This is DeWalt drill. This one is 28 inches long by 3 inches wide, my biotone, and we are going to make a hole up there. Isn't that pretty? Do you like it right there? I think it's gonna be pretty. All right, let's get to planting. Okay, for you new beginners, I got daffodils here, daffodils there, so I'm kind of going in between. So I'm just making like a space where I'm going to plant it, and then I'm going to remove all of the mulch around it. I have drip right here, so I need to go more higher. This is my drip right here. I don't know if you can see it. Right here is my drip. You see that? So let's go a little higher, maybe right in here. I'm gonna get my flower planter. I'm trying not to step on anything. All right, so here's my flower planter right there. Can you guys see? All right, you can. And I just kind of make it like I'm mixing up batter is what I do. I'm just going around and around, make mine a little bigger. I'm digging up some. So what I like to do is dig a little bit, and then I like to take my pot and remove my plant and place it away. Then I like to put all this dirt back in here. I got a little bit of roots from this hardy hibiscus here too. And then I'm going to dig some more. I love this power planter because it makes planting easy, but I like how it just kind of breaks up the clay soil. I'm a little bit wet right here. We've had a lot of rain. I still need to go a little bit deeper. I have a lot of rocks over here, which I feel blessed. Okay, now I'm gonna get my biotone. Now that I got a deep enough hole. All right, so this is what the biotone looks like from Espoma, and this helps healthy roots. So it gets everything good and started. And I feel like my garden's been successful to this, my power planter, and drip. And love. Lots and lots of love. Now if it's root bound, you can break it up. I don't really feel like this is really root bound, but you can break it up just a little bit. Like I said, I don't think it's root bound. Kind of put it in the prettiest location that you can. I like it right there. And then I'm going to dig down a little bit more. Now in our clay soil, we don't want to be right level with the ground. We want to be about 1 inch to 2 inches above the ground, because our soil, clay soil, holds water, and we want to make sure this drains really well. So I think this is up high enough. That's going to be fine. And then we're going to cover the roots with all of this. So I never throw away any unused soil. I always use all of it. I usually step on this with my foot, but I've got tennis shoes on and I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna get all the air pockets out in around the roots here. Stepping on it's better. And then I'm gonna bring all my mulch back up around it. All right, now what am I gonna do with this? I'm just gonna dig a hole here. Put it back in there. Voila. All right, so if I had some compost, I like to put compost around here. That's called top dressing. But like I said, I've already got a good amount of compost in here, so I'm really happy with that. All right. So that's what we're looking at. That's how you plant in clay soil here in zone 8. All right, so I just want to show you, if you can see, this is my, what is this? Amaryllis right here. But this is where I'm planting over here. Let's see. Come. There we go. Maybe you can see better. So this up here is a little bit drier soil. Do you see this? This is how I like for it to crumble. See the consistency of it? And I think it's so much easier to plant. Plus it loosens up the soil and it makes it easier for the roots to expand and get started in the ground. All right, so this is a little bit more root bound. This is what root bound looks like, you guys. And I don't have my pruners up here. Let's see if I can tear a little bit off with my hands. Can't. So if I had my pruners, I would like to cut into this, is what I would like to do. All right, let me go get my pruners. All right, I got my Bitone. These are my Felco 2 pruners. If you do not have a good pair of Felco 2s, get you a pair. Love these. So even though I really want to be lazy right now, I want to make sure that this is planted the right way. Even though I want to be really lazy right at this point. It's late in the afternoon. I worked all day, as I already said, because I already told you my little story. And I'm telling you guys, like, I don't see it very often, but, and I don't, you know, I might, out of my whole 28 years of doing ultrasound, I've only seen that twice. Like I said, I was so heartbroken. So if you're healthy or healthier, try to stay healthy and appreciate your health. like I said, you might be thinking you're going through tough times, but then when you hear another story, you're like, oh, things could have been worse, could always be worse. All right, so I'm just kind of, this is not very big of a plant, so I'm just kind of pulling this dirt back. And like I said, you still want it to be above the soil level, see? And then you just mound this soil up around it. Like so. And I'm planting on a hill. Sometimes it might be higher in one spot than the other. I'm just using my weight to get the air pockets out. And you know, I did not put any biotone in it, did I? No. Did not. Okay. Biotone. Now planting. I said, might as well do it right. Okay. Have you guys planted, used biotone? I know like all these videos that you're seeing, I'm not sponsored by the way, so I have nothing to gain by telling you if I use biotone or not, or any kind of supplement products. But you know, I did get the idea from Laura with Garden Answer because I've always watched her many years before I even started gardening myself. But I love the product and I do believe in it, so that's why I'm using it every single time, and that's why I'm telling you guys about it also. All right, so let's see. Put my mulch back around there. And I need to come and water this really good along with the other plant, and we're all finished. All right, so there she is, and this is how close she is to the house and to these plants. But like I said, if it gets 98 inches tall, then it should peek up over this. I think it'll be really pretty. But like I said, it was extra, and if not, we can move it sometime next year if I don't like it in this space, which I've moved lots of things in the years. Now let's see if I can get down this hill. My mama made me that stepping stone. All right, ruby slippers, my new daylily. See if we can make our way down here without stepping on any plants. Doesn't look that steep until you're up here planting on it. Oh, okay. All right, so I gotta pick that bucket up. There's my new one right there. And then the other one's behind these three. And then already labeled this right here, which is a proven winner's plant too. So if you like these, I actually got mine from Lowe's, so you might be able to find them at Lowe's. Primal Scream. See my tag right there? And then, just like the tag said for my other, like it said to deadhead, so this is how you deadhead right here. See, like this one's already fell off. But doesn't it look more neat? It looks more clean, like he said. Just to come and remove some of the spent blooms. And then it gives more energy to this instead of these that are already spent. And then beetle. My hands are getting full. So I can come back and remove this and that and tomorrow. So there we go, guys. I do love this bright orange. I think it's beautiful. All right, it's about sunset time. Let's see what the sun looks like. I can see a little bit of it peeking over the trees. It's almost already down. I missed it just by a little bit. We have the prettiest sunsets. Like the lake is over that way, and when you go walking at nighttime, it's just beautiful. Beautiful. And these are what the other daylilies are looking like right now that are in bloom. I've got the names, but I don't know where they're at. That one's pretty. I really like that one. This one would look really pretty on that side. Look how pretty these are. And I've got a few over here. Those just went out of bloom. So I planted all of these bare root last year, and they're like gorgeous this year. So if you plant something bare root, just be patient. It takes about a whole season, a whole year. Someone's at the lake house. I was trying to show you a better view of the sun. I just missed it, guys. Missed it by a little bit. But in the sky, pretty. Here's some more. Show you everything. So pretty, you guys. So pretty. Got the salvia. This was an annual too. Let me try to find my tag. It's a proven winners. Something blue in it. Let's see. I've got one, I think, over here somewhere. Yeah, I see it. There it is. Rockin' playing the blues is what it is. Yeah. Rockin' playing the blues. And it comes back for me. Pollinators love it. All right, garden friends, short and sweet, but it never is short and sweet. Like I always feel like I have to teach and like learn something from it. Hope you learned something from it. I hope it was inspirational. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. The more likes that I have, the more YouTube puts it out there and says, hey, this video is doing good. And I hope I'm doing good. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye, garden friends.